Hello everyone. Imagine this scenario. Your program manager reached out to you on Teams and asked, why did the product release got delayed? And to answer that, you have to check the Power BI for delivery metrics, go through the email discussion with the engineering team, search the team's chat where someone mentioned a dependency issue, and find the release plan which is stored in the SharePoint. Now, there are four systems, multiple searches, and by the time you will piece everything together, most of your morning is gone. Though all the information already existed inside your Microsoft ecosystem, the problem was that it was not interconnected. At Ignite 2025, Microsoft announced IQ, a unified intelligence layer made for the three systems. So in this video, I'll break down what each one does, what problems they solve, where they overlap, and how they work together. So before Microsoft introduced IQ, most organizations had their information spread across the three separate layers. The first layer was the collaboration data, which includes your emails, Teams conversations, meetings, and documents, which are shared in the Microsoft 365. And you can search this information using the Microsoft Graph, but Graph mainly returns the raw data. It doesn't understand why that document matters to your project or what discussions led to it. The second layer was the business data, where the revenue numbers, customer metrics, operational dashboard. So this data usually lives in platforms like the Fabric or the Power BI. But these models were mainly designed for reporting. And another challenge appears here. Different teams often define the same metrics differently. The finance team might calculate the revenue one way, while the sales team will calculate it the other way, which creates the Microsoft calls it as semantic drift. So the same word exists across the organization, but it means different things to the different teams. And an AI system has no way of knowing which definition is correct. And now the third layer, which was the enterprise knowledge. Things like HR policies, product documentation, and the compliance guides. This information is usually stored in either the SharePoint libraries, Azure Blob Storage, or OneLake. So when the teams wanted to build AI assistant using this knowledge, they had to build their own retrieval systems from scratch. That means writing code for documents, ingestion, chunking, embedding, indexing, and permissions. So across the organization, information existed everywhere, but it was fragmented. And AI systems could access the pieces of the data, but they could not understand the organization as a whole. And that is exactly the gap Microsoft is trying to solve using the IQ architecture. So let's start with the work IQ. Now, work IQ is the intelligence layer behind Microsoft 365 Copilot. And it allows Copilot to understand how work actually happens inside an organization. So if you're using Microsoft 365 Copilot today, you're already using the work IQ. It's not a separate product. Instead, it sits behind the Copilot and connects your work signals, business data, and AI model so that the Copilot can generate answers that are contextual rather than generic. At the top of the architecture are the experiences, and this is where the user interaction or interact with the Copilot in their everyday tools. It includes the Microsoft 365 Copilot itself and applications like Word, Excel, Outlook, and the Teams. And also line of the business application connected through the Dynamic 365 or other enterprise system. So if I'll explain in the simple terms, this is the user layer where the people can ask questions, generate content, analyze data, and collaborate with the AI during their normal work. The next part of the architecture is extensibility. Microsoft designed Copilot so organizations are not limited to the built-in capabilities. Developers and the IT teams can extend the Copilot by creating custom agents, and those can be done using the tools like Copilot Studio, Microsoft Foundry, or interaction through the GitHub. Now, these custom agents can connect to the internal systems, or they can automate the workflow or provide specialized insights based on the business data. Now, below that sits the skills and the tools layer. So skills represent the capability that the Copilot can perform, such as summarizing the document or drafting the content or answering complex questions. And tools allow the Copilot to interact with the different system and perform different actions. An example for this is retrieving the documents, updating the records, or connecting with the business applications. Now, together, skills and tools move the Copilot beyond the simple chat response and allow it to actively assist with the different tasks. Now, one of the most important part of the work IQ is the context layer. And context is what allows the Copilot to understand the situation behind a request. And work IQ builds the context using the three key signals: memory, activity, and business understanding. So, memory allows the Copilot to remember the preferences and patterns over the time. Activity comes from everyday collaboration signals such as the meetings, emails, chat, and the document sharing. And business understanding connects these activities to the projects, teams, and organizational processes. So instead of seeing the isolated messages or the files, Work IQ understand how the workflow across the organization. And underneath the context is the data layer, and this is where the information comes from. Work IQ connects to the data from the Microsoft 365, Dynamic 365, Power Apps, Power BI, or other enterprise systems. So instead of treating these sources separately, Work IQ creates a unified understanding across them. And at the foundation of the architecture is the multi-model layer, which is not tied to a single AI model. It can work with the models like OpenAI model, Anthropic, and other providers which are available. And this allows Microsoft to combine the different model depending on the different task. And by supporting multiple models, Work IQ ensures that Copilot can use the most suitable model for each scenario. So when you ask Copilot something like provide me the details on the latest deal, Work IQ connects the dots across the organization. It can retrieve the latest email conversation as well as the pricing spreadsheet shared last week and the meeting notes from some other day and the contract template stored in the SharePoint. You didn't tell it where to look. Work IQ understood the context of your request and gathered the relevant information from multiple sources. Now, Work IQ helps AI understand how people work across conversations, documents, and application. But when an AI system look at the business data, it still sees something very different from what the humans see. It sees the tables, columns, and the numbers. It does not automatically understand what those values mean for the business. And this is where Fabric IQ comes in. So, Fabric IQ is the semantic intelligence layer built into Microsoft Fabric, and its purpose is to give the business meaning to the raw data so AI systems can understand how organizations actually operate. And instead of treating the data as isolated tables, Fabric IQ introduces a structured understanding of the business through something called as the ontology. An ontology is a machine readable vocabulary of the business. So it defines entries like customers, orders, and the products, and also defines how they relate with each other. For example, a customer places an order contains the products, and a shipment delivers those products. And once this relationship are defined, AI system can reason about the business instead of simply reading the data. Basically, business concept only needs to be defined once. The definition then becomes a consistent across the dashboards, AI agents, or the operational system. And this solves a common enterprise problem called as semantic drift, where the same metrics means different things for the different teams. Now, another advantage is that the organizations usually do not need to build this from scratch. Fabric IQ can generate an ontology from existing Power BI semantic models using the tables or the relationship which are already defined in the reporting. And later teams can enrich this model by adding the business rules or connecting the real-time data sources. And once this structure is in place, Fabric IQ enables the several new capabilities. AI system can reason across the connected entities using a graph engine. Users can interact with the business data through conversational data agents, and operations agents can monitor the real-time data streams and trigger actions based on the business logic. Now, let's understand this with an example. Imagine a retailer monitoring the freezer sensors in its different stores. If a freezer becomes warming up, an operations agent can detect the issue, identify the products at risk, calculate the financial exposure, and trigger maintenance automatically. And this happens because the system understands the relationship between the product, stores, and the sensor data. So, if the work IQ helps an AI understand how people work, Fabric IQ helps AI understand what business data actually mean. But organization also rely heavily on the another source of information, the knowledge stored in the documents, policies, manuals, and the internal repositories. And this is where the Foundry IQ comes in. So Foundry IQ is the knowledge layer of for the AI agents, which is built on top of the Azure AI Search Service. And its purpose is to provide a single system that connects the AI agents to organizational knowledge across the different sources. So at the center is the Foundry IQ, which is a knowledge base. And a knowledge base is an information around a topic such as employee policies, product documentation, or support guides. So instead of every team building their own retrieval pipeline, multiple agents can connect to the same knowledge base and reuse the same knowledge layer. Also, Foundry IQ can connect to both the index and the remote sources. So, index sources are prepared in advance so that the system can quickly retrieve the relevant information. Now, remote sources can be queried in the real time, allowing the agents to access the latest data when needed. And these sources can include like SharePoint, Azure Storage, OneLake, web data, and other enterprise repositories. Now, another important capability is automated data preparation. So, Foundry IQ handles the tasks such as document ingestion, chunking, vectorization, and search indexing automatically. So, this removes a significant amount of effort that teams previously had to implement these themselves within the code itself. Now, the retrieval process itself is powered by the agentic RAG. So instead of performing a single search query, for example, there is a complex search query. So instead of just performing a single search query, Fabric IQ treats the retrieval as a reasoning task. When a user asks a question, the system can break the question into the multiple subqueries, search across the different sources in parallel, and evaluate the relevance of the result, and then refine the search if needed before generating the final answer. Now, if we step back and look at the full architecture, the picture becomes clear. Work IQ helps AI understand how people work. Fabric IQ helps AI understand what business data means. And Foundry IQ connects AI agents to organizations' knowledge. Together, these layers provide a context AI system need to operate effectively inside the real enterprises. So at this point, very natural question comes up. If work IQ, fabric IQ, and foundry IQ are all the intelligence in the organization, why did Microsoft create them separate systems instead of the one unified platform? And the reason is that each one deals with a completely different type of data, runs on different technology foundation, and serves different user inside the organization. So if I'll talk about the work IQ, it focuses on the collaboration signals. Under the hood, it's built on the Microsoft Graph and the Microsoft 365 Semantic Index. The main users here are everyday employees interacting with the Copilot in tools like Teams, Outlook, or Excel. Now, Fabric IQ, on the other hand, focuses on the structured business data, such as the metrics, KPIs, or operational information. It runs on the Microsoft Fabric using OneLake and Power BI semantic model, and it's mainly used by the data team and the analysts who manage enterprise data platform. Now, Foundry IQ addresses another category entirely, which is enterprise knowledge. This includes the documents, policies, product manuals, and the web content used by the AI agent. So it's built on AI search and provides the retrieval layer developers use when building the intelligent agents. Even though these systems look similar at first, they solve a very different problem. But the interesting part is that the overlap between them is actually intentional. These layers are defined to feed into each other. Foundry IQ can pull information from Work IQ signals and Fabric IQ data sources when building the knowledge bases for the agents. Fabric IQ provides the ontology that gives business meaning to the information those agents retrieve. Work IQ adds the collaboration context that explains how people interact with the data. And because of this design, a single agent can access all the three layers. Another common question is whether all of this can be managed from single place. Today, the answer is not completely. Work IQ capabilities are managed through Microsoft 365 environment. Fabric IQ is managed through Fabric workspaces, and Foundry IQ through the Microsoft Foundry. However, Microsoft is working towards a more unified orchestration layer called as Opal, which aims to coordinate these systems together. Although it's not general available yet, what is already unified today is the governance and identity. So Microsoft Purview provides the shared data classification and governance, while Entra ID handles the identity and access control across the platform. So even though the administration is currently distributed, the security model is already consistent across the system. So IQ architecture is a step towards the Microsoft broader AI vision. Not everything is fully mature and many capabilities are still evolving, but the direction is very clear. For organization building AI solution on the Microsoft platform, this is the architecture they will power the next generation of intelligent applications. So that's all I wanted to show in this video. I hope you liked it. Please like and subscribe. Thank you so much.